it's Linnell, and my continuing on my journey into trekking. It is gorgeous out. We're in Arkansas, and it's perfect. It's beautiful. Okay, so long awaited. I told you I was going to talk about CDL schools. So your CDL school is incredibly important. The reason is not all schools are the same, and I didn't know that going in, even WorkSource. So let me back up even further. You don't necessarily have to pay for the schooling itself. There are lots of ways to get the tuition paid for. So doesn't matter what state you're in, go to and it could be called something different, but WorkSource, Workforce, Unemployment Office, Employment Office, whatever your state, like if you have, you're unemployed, you go file unemployment for unemployment, or if you need help, assistance, and usually the place where you apply for state or federal assistance, it's the same office. Go there and find out about job training. They have several different programs. Most of them are grants. Mine was a grant, so I don't even have to pay the money back. There's some of them will pay not only for the tuition, but also, your gas to go back and forth, because the school may not be right close to you. So mine didn't pay for the gas, but it ended up costing us a lot of money in gas. But at the same time, I didn't have to put any money out for the school. So before you sign up with a company that pays for your tuition, and then you have to be dedicated to them for a year or 2 years to pay it back, don't do that. Don't do that. First, go to whatever your government agency is in your state and look up the unemployment, WorkSource, Workforce. Find out if there's any kind of grant, any kind of program. It could be for, like I was a displaced homemaker because I've been out of the job market for so long, or if you're injured, or just there's a lot of them. So go and look that up first. Some of the schools will know about the funding. That's why they'll advertise that no money out of pocket, that kind of thing. Sorry, I just flew some spit. So look that up first. Start there. Now, regarding the schools, you'll be given several choices of different schools that you can go to. Here's the skinny on the schools. Some of the schools are not that great. Yes, at the end you'll end up with your CDL, but nobody will hire you. And that's because they try and rush you through to get more students in. And so you haven't gotten the amount of hours and training that you need. And a lot of the schools don't test on things that you really, really need to know. So they'll test on, or not test, but they'll train on like 3 backings, straight back, offset, and probably a 90 alley dock. Well, you know what? You need to have, there's 6 total that you need to know how to do. And the 45 is actually used the most by most people, most drivers in your daily job, is being able to do a 45, and then the straight back. The other thing is most of the schools are not training on, really well. They'll like mention it, you do it once, but the coupling and uncoupling, so you need to get that down. The other is the tandems. They just kind of go, there's the tandems, and you move them when you need to. Well, that's not sufficient. So you need to, and it's actually really easy. I thought it sounded really difficult, but it's not. So you need to make sure that you're getting that. You need to really make sure that the school is training on logging, even though all the companies are going to electronic, but you still have to know how to do the manual in case the Qualcomm is down or something. So you have to understand that. The other thing is, I thought of it and now I just brain farted it. I can't think of it now. So the tandems, Qualcomm, logs, just really get your backing. And you need to have at least 160 hours. So the school I went to, they kept pushing me. They thought I was good enough I could pass my test. That's not the same as getting the actual experience. And you really do not want to have your testing be based on having a good day. Because some days you'll do great, and then other days it'll be like, man, I don't know what's going on. I can't park this to save my life. So you want to make sure that you're consistent. And so don't test out early. That's not going to benefit you. And talk to, if you already have a company that you're interested in, find out if there's any schools, in your state that are on a do not hire list. They actually do that because some of those schools are consistently putting out incompetent drivers. And so you want to look for that. And the other thing is, when you're at school, show up. I mean, I can't believe that I even have to say it, but show up every day. Some of the schools are really lax and they don't even have classroom. So if they're not giving it to you, complain to your counselor at WorkSource or whoever you're getting your funding from. Make sure you're getting what you need, and if you're not, you've got to speak up. So but at my school, there was a lot of times people were sitting in the back of the truck waiting for their turn to drive and just texting or playing games. Well, you're going to miss out. You need to be present. You need to listen because you're going to pick up things. Other drivers, other students are going to be better at something than you, and you can learn from them. So make sure that you're watching. You might hear something that the instructor says to the other student, and you can learn from that and go, oh, okay, oh, I get that. So you want to just be there. Don't just be a blob, be present. Listen, engage, ask lots of questions, look things up for yourself. There's so many great videos. There's a really good, so in Colorado, there's a school that has 10-speed double clutching. It's a CDL school in Colorado. If you look up double clutching 10-speed in Colorado on YouTube, they're fantastic, and watch that. And again, watching what other students are doing so you can learn from their mistakes. Or one of the guys that I tested with, Mr. Zach, hi Zach, I watched him and I learned how to pre-select with the little the selector button, and that helped me a ton because I was watching him going, oh, okay, he knows he's going to go from 5th over to 6th gear, and he immediately goes to 5th, flips the switch, and then he's ready to roll. So I learned a lot from watching the other students. And so you got to do that. Don't just be a lump. I mean, honestly. So the school is important. Call the different schools. Find out what they teach. I mean, their little form will say that they do like 40 hours of classroom time. Do they actually have a classroom? What exactly do they cover? Ask them about the different backings. So you want straight back, you want offset left and offset right, you want parallel standard and the other one, whatever it's called, technical term there, and you want 45 and 90 alley dock. So make sure that they're doing all of those things. And and then also the Qualcomm logbooks, coupling, uncoupling, and going over the tandems. So just, you know, this is your life. This is your, you know, starting of your, hopefully, career that's going to provide for you and your family. And you don't want to go in without all the tools and knowledge and training that you really need to be successful. So, and if you're not getting it, you got to speak up for yourself, because they kept trying to test me out early, and I kept saying, what? I don't have enough hours. And I just said no. You can say no. And also, when going in, make sure you're keeping track of your hours and logging it yourself, because my school also was not logging. So I lucked out and made friends with some folks from another school. If you're in Utah, go to the Utah Trucking Academy, UTA. Ask for Gail and Clark and Bo, and they are fantastic. They make sure that you are ready to go to a company and get hired. And they really helped me out a lot. They gave me some extra stuff, and I highly, highly recommend them. So, so that's the deal on the CDL schools. I hope that's helpful. And then I'm going to do another one about trainers. And again, you gotta look out for yourself. Not saying to be mean, but you need to make sure you're getting what you need, and you need to speak up. So I got a great trainer now, and I'm really, really excited. And anyway, it's a beautiful day in Arkansas. I'm Linnell. This is my journey into trucking, and I really hope that you find these videos helpful. Please subscribe and like and comment if you got questions, and I'll try and answer them. And it's pretty cool, man. I've seen some beautiful country already. So so join me, all right, and on this journey. Thanks. Bye-bye.